wrap up the drainage patterns, and till tomorrow what I'll do in the classes will be there for your internals. Okay, so what are the drainage patterns, which are the important ones. What are the consequent rivers and the subsequent rivers, all these things. Okay, coming to the drainage patterns, there are very important some of the drainage patterns. One is the dendritic or the pinnate drainage pattern. So what happens in dendritic or pinnate drainage pattern is that this is an irregular tree branch shaped pattern. Okay, you know that tree how it branches. Okay, so similarly the ones which are the irregular in shape, if the tree is not irregular shaped branches, this drainage pattern resembles a irregular tree branch shape. Okay, so it gives appearance of a tree. Okay, drainage which is branching or ramifying or branch out or caused to branch out, thereby giving the appearance of a tree. Okay, so it develops in such a terrain which has uniform lithology. Okay, where uniform lithology means the rock types are common, or it has got a uniform rock types. It may be igneous rock, it may be sediment rock, or it may be metamorphic rock. There will be no mix up of the rocks, but it will be of only single type rock type. Okay, and where faulting and jointing are not seen. Okay, if the faultings or jointing are not very clear, then you can find this dendritic pattern being developed. Okay, examples are the Indus rivers, the Godavari river, the Mahanadi river, the Kaveri river, and the Krishna river. So all these rivers, you can see where all the Krishna river flows, it has got the sedimentary rocks itself, no igneous rocks. Where all the Kaveri river flows, it has got only metamorphic rocks, no other rocks. Okay, Godavari, example of Godavari, it also flows in the parts of the Andhra Pradesh where it has got sedimentary rocks itself. Okay, so similarly, all the places where the igneous rocks or the sedimentary rocks or metamorphic rocks, it is having a common rock type where the river flows can be given as a dendritic or a pinnate drainage pattern. You can see this is one main stream which has got branches all over them. Okay, so these are the dendritic pattern. So coming to the trellis pattern, so what happens is in trellis drainage pattern, see the small or the shortest streams or the subsequent streams meet the main stream at the right angles. Okay, you can say these are the very short streams. It is joining the main stream at right angle. Okay, because of the erosion through the soft rocks. Erosion through the soft rocks gives the way to the tributaries. Okay, so examples are the old founded mountains of the Singbum, that is your Choto Nagpur plateau. The Seine and the tributaries in Paris Basin, France, have a drainage of trellis patterns. Okay, only in the old folded mountains of the Singbum, that is your Chota Nagpur plateau, you can find these trellis drainage pattern. That is, the main stream is being joined by the small streams at right angles. Okay, so these are the right angles making the streams of the shorter ones joining the main streams. Coming to the angular drainage pattern, so what happens in the angular drainage pattern is that the tributaries joins the main stream at acute angles. So acute angle means it is less than 30 degrees. If it is less than 30 degrees, then it is called as a acute angles. Okay, so this pattern you can find very common in the Himalayan foothill ranges. That is the Alkananda and Mandakini. The Alkananda and Mandakini, which are the tributaries of the Ganges, meets the Ganges at acute angle itself, at angle of 15 to 16 degrees. Okay, near Rudraprayag. Okay, and also in parts of Rishikesh where they both of them meet, it is at the acute angles. Okay, so this pattern is very common in the Himalayan foothill regions. In Himalayan foothill regions, you can find this angular drainage patterns to be very common. Coming to the rectangular drainage pattern, so in rectangular drainage pattern, what happens is the main stream bends at right angles and the tributaries joins at the right angles, creating a rectangular pattern. Okay, you can see the main stream. So this is one of the main stream. It is bending at right angle. Okay, so this is bending at right angle, and also the tributaries also joins at the right angles. So which makes them a rectangular form or rectangular pattern. Okay, so these has got a subsequent origin. For example, you can see the Colorado River in USA and also the streams that are found in the Vindhyan Mountains of India. All of them do create a rectangular drainage pattern. Okay, you can see the main stream here. So this is a main stream. It is bending at right angle and the tributaries joins at the right angles. Creates a rectangular pattern. So coming to the radial drainage pattern, so these are the patterns which are very common in the tributaries from a summit or from a hilltop, okay, which follow the slope of the mountain or the hill downwards and they drain down in all directions. Okay, for example, what happens is whenever there is rainfall in this area on the hilltop or a summit, what happens is the water flows through all the directions. The water usually flows through all of the directions. Okay, so this is one of the very good example for your radial drainage pattern. Examples of the streams of Saurashtra region and also central French plateau, Mount Kilimanjaro. Okay, so this example is for the drainage, radial drainage pattern is provided by the rivers originating from the Amarkantak mountain, wherein you can find the rivers of the Mahanadi, the Son, the Son Valley and the Don rivers. Okay, Mahanadi, Son, Don and the Tapti rivers of the Trambakeshwar region in Maharashtra. Okay, so these are the very good examples. Narmada also, the tributaries of the Narmada, they are very good examples for the radial drainage pattern, like your Narmada, Son, Mahanadi, Tapti, all of them have got an origin in the Amarkantak hills, which flow in different directions and are very good examples for the radial drainage pattern. And also the radial drainage pattern are also found in the Girnar hills of the Kathiawar, Gujarat, and also the Mikir hills of the Assam also. Okay, so coming to the annular drainage pattern, so this annular drainage pattern is the one where the upland has an outer softer rock type. Okay, upland has an outer soft rock type. The radial stream develops subsequent tributaries which try to flow or which try to follow a circular drainage around the summit. Okay, you can see, so this is the top of the hill, so it has got branches from all over and it tries to encircle the summit or the mountain. Okay, so Black Hills of the South Dakota are a very good example for this. So this is not a very common drainage pattern in India. Okay, but however in Pithoragarh of Uttarakhand, Nilgiri Hills of Tamil Nadu and Kerala, you can find this annular drainage patterns. Okay, so these are not very common, but only in these small places you can find this annular drainage pattern. Okay, so next is a parallel drainage pattern. So in a parallel drainage pattern, what happens is the tributaries are seen to be running parallel to each other in a uniformly sloping region. Okay, so they run parallel to each other. So the rivers of the lesser Himalayas and the small and the swift rivers originating in Western Ghats that flow into the Arabian Sea. Okay, so all of them do follow a parallel drainage pattern. For example, you can see the Alkananda and the Mandakini also, they are the parallel drainage pattern which runs parallel to each other. uniformly in the sloping region, okay, in the parts of Kedarnath and Badrinath. Okay. So coming to the centripetal drainage pattern, so these are the ones where they originate from a singular point, radially outward, or they may join into a central depression part into radially inward position, okay, or from a common point they may originate and they move outwards, radially outwards, or they may common inflow into a central depression area. Okay, so it can be found in two ways. In a mountain also it may converge from all sides, or it may diverge from all sides, or in a central depression low lying area it may converge into a single point from all sides. Okay, examples are the streams of Ladakh, Tibet, the Bhagmati, and also its tributaries in the Nepal. So Bhagmati is a river which is found in the Nepal. Okay, so all these ones follow a centripetal drainage pattern. So next, coming to this one, the deranged drainage pattern. So this is an uncoordinated pattern of drainage characteristics of a region which is recently vacated by an ice sheet. So what happens is there will be ice sheet. Okay, there will be an ice sheet which is being covered with ice, sheets of ice. Okay, when those sheets of ice are being removed by erosion, either by sunlight or due to other forces, then this type of deranged drainage pattern are known to occur. Okay, this type of drainage is found in glaciated valleys of Karakoram. Okay, so next is the barbed drainage pattern. So this is a common in the places where the confluence of a river tributary with the main river is characterized by the discordant junction. Okay, as if the tributary intends to flow upstream and not the downstream. So this pattern is a result of capture of the main river, which completely reverses its direction of flow, while the tributaries continue to point in the direction of the former flow. Okay, so coming to the example of the Arun river in the Nepal, a tributary of Koshi river, which is a very good example for a barbed drainage patterns. So which completes the drainage pattern. So these are the very important ones, because every time the questions may arise in this one. If you have got any questions, you can ask me now. Okay, if there are no questions, then we can continue our discussion next class. Drop in your attendances. Okay, so we shall continue our discussion next class. So next class I'm going to continue on the other concepts of the soil profile. Now make sure that everybody attend the classes very sincerely. Okay, if not, you will only face the problems of the exams and other things. You will not understand the concepts of the geology. Even though you study them on your own, it is very difficult to understand. So that's why inform others also to attend the classes. Attend the classes as much as possible, and tomorrow I'm going to update the attendance status of all of you. Okay, we shall continue our discussion next class. Thank you very much.